So this is interesting. Like, I wake up and I see in my feed that Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission Episode 3 dropped, and I had actually completely forgot this even existed. Like, I literally erased this from my short-term memory. You know, and that's rare for Dragon Ball stuff to happen to me, but it has happened. Nobody's perfect. But here we are. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission Episode 3 anime episode is out. The episode is called The Rematch with Strong Enemies, Turles and Bojack, as Dragon Ball Heroes once again attempts to dig into the past and bring back movie villains from the old 13 DBZ movies for Heroes for this storyline. Now, it's no secret how I feel about this Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime. I've talked about it in every single review I've done. No need to rehash that again, but I gotta give them praise when something they do is right, even if it's very small. And I like the beginning of this episode. I actually smiled when I saw it. It was funny. But Bojack and Turles are there, and Bojack recognizes Turles as being a Saiyan. And then Turles is like, so what if I am? And then Bojack lunges at him, and they start fighting. And then Few is like, oh, this is, like, these guys, you know, it's unavoidable. Like, it's just so unavoidable. Like, he can't even, you know, these supervillains just can't get along. And, you know, it's cool because Turles is sitting there eating a piece of the Tree of Might. Like, he's eating the Tree of Might, like, the fruit, that is, the Tree of Might fruit. Just munching on it, like, you know, and of course, this is presumably the tree from the Tree of Might, not from the tree in Heroes, not the new tree. But I guess that's just done to be kind of a throwback to the movie, like, you know, more of an Easter egg than actually, like, it meaning anything. Because, you know, Bojack and Turles are going at it, and if you understand the movie power scale, Turles has no chance against Bojack. None. I mean, Dragon Ball Z Movie 3 versus Dragon Ball Z Movie 9, it's a different animal. And, but of course, who knows how many fruits he's been eating, you know, to boost up his power. Maybe he had more and more and more fruits. Who knows? But I found it very, you know, I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was amusing. And then Few, like, blasts them with this little, like, sort of red beam to calm them down. And he's like, you guys should be getting along. You were both beaten by Goku and the others, which is kind of interesting because I find it funny that Bojack recognized Turles as a Saiyan, but never made a comment about why he looks like Goku. However, Few explains that he pulled them out of... He basically went through time, from what Few said, and to a different timeline or whatever, and pulled them out before they were beaten by Goku and the gang. So these two guys, we don't know exactly when, but these two guys that were already beaten by Goku, and in Bojack's case, Gohan, in this Heroes timeline, they were never beaten. Few saved them, and that's why they're there. So that makes even less sense as to how Turles even has a piece of the fruit, unless maybe he pulled them out while he was eating the fruit in movie 3, or maybe, you know, Bojack is just rusty, and that's why he couldn't really fight Turles that well. Look, I'm way thinking into this more than I should, okay? You know, we just can't do that. I always tell y'all every month, don't overthink Heroes because it doesn't make any sense, and I'm doing it now. So let's not do that. And by the way, I'm not excusing bad storytelling because Heroes has been nothing but bad storytelling from the beginning for the promo anime. But again, it's not worth wasting time or spending brain power trying to figure things out that just can't be figured out, is what I'm trying to say. So Goku, Zeno Trunks, and Vegeta are trying to find Dogi Dogi, the evil bird. And Toki Toki told them that this location that they're at is where you can find them. So Bojack and Turles do engage Goku and Vegeta, and, you know, the whole crew. Turles is still there eating the fruit, and he recognizes Goku as Kakarot. And I love Nozawa here, who brings back sort of the Goku Black voice. Obviously, the Goku Black voice was derivative of the Turles voice. Goku Black, of course, happened many, many, many years after Tree of Might came out in Japan. But, you know, yo, Kakaroto, like that sort of drawn out, sort of, you know, that Nozawa classic, you know, sinister voice, I guess. It was good to hear that again. Yeah, so they're going face to face with Goku and Vegeta. And Bojack and Vegeta, I mean, they fought for a little bit, but do they really have that much of a connection? Well, I guess they couldn't do Gohan again, even though I would have liked to have seen adult Gohan against Bojack. That would have been interesting. But Bojack says, I always wanted to meet you, Saiyan. So that means that at some point, like when Few pulled him out of the movie, it must have been before Vegeta and Bojack met each other, before Vegeta showed up, you know, to save Trunks in, you know, the battle arena in movie 9. So that tells me that few pulled them out probably before the events of the film even happened, if that makes any sense at all from the other timelines. And somehow Vegeta, who, remember, Dragon Ball Heroes Vegeta is supposed to be the one from Super, and Dragon Ball Super does not share continuity with the movies. But somehow this Vegeta recognizes Bojack. So, and please don't say that movie 9 is canon and the rest of them are. It's just, once again, it proves yet again there's no canon because none of this makes any sense. This Vegeta has never met Bojack. It's kind of like, if they're going to recognize Dragon Ball Z movies, then why is it that Vegeta doesn't know the fusion pose in the Broly movie? When we saw him do the fusion pose in a previous episode of Heroes, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. You can't make sense of it, don't try. You know what I mean? But it's, again, it's not that important. It's a video game, really. But what really makes no sense is the fact that Bojack says, I'm going to kill you, and then kill Son Gohan. So how would he even know who Gohan was? Oh my god, this is confusing. How would he even know who Gohan was if he got pulled before that even happened? None of it makes any sense. It literally, you can't make sense of it. It's just, they didn't care. It doesn't matter. But it's just like, I know people are going to try and make sense of this, but you just can't. So Goku and Vegeta go into their blue forms, and Turles, talks about how, that transformation, interesting, but I'm going to show you the incredible power of the fruit, which is the Tree of Might fruit, and how I could take him higher, which, again, we've seen him eat the fruit before, and he still couldn't even beat, like, Saiyan/Namek Saga Goku, even though Goku was stronger in the movie than he was in the anime. But Super Saiyan Blue, like, you would expect him to react like, is this the legendary Super Saiyan we've heard about? Like, he has, like, no proper reaction to the transformation of Goku. You would think that he would have, or at least made more of an intriguing, curious question about it. If you're a Saiyan and you see another Saiyan transform like that with hair like that, and you've heard these legends of Super Saiyan and even Super Saiyan God, why would you not make a comment about it and say, well, wait a minute, you can do this? It's just, it was weird, man. There's a lot of weird things in this episode, yo. Very weird things. But I do like how he's, once again, backing up the power of the fruit, even though, in theory, it shouldn't even come close to working here against Goku and Vegeta, who are so much more powerful than anything in Z. Like, literally astronomically more powerful, So Turles and Bojack power up, and they have this sort of dark energy around them. This, like, really dark red energy that's reminiscent of what Cumber's power was in, like, the very first episode of Heroes. That sort of evil energy. And that's what they're going to be able to use, I suppose, to be able to compete with Goku and Vegeta somehow. And then Vegeta comments about how it looks like Bojack trained, which again makes no sense because when would he even have had the time to train? Like, when did this guy train if you just pulled him out of movie 9? There's so many logic holes here. Like, Dragon Ball Heroes always has these, but it's like one after the other, like a domino effect in this episode. I was hoping they would at least have explained that, I don't know, that, few pulled them out of the brink of hell or something like that. That would have at least made a little bit more sense, maybe. At least maybe even showed them getting a power-up or something. I guess the fruit was enough. I don't know. And that's one thing I do want to say is that Turles does refer to the fruit as being fruit from the divine tree, but I'm not sure if he's referring to the Tree of Might in this scene or the tree that Few gave him. So maybe Few did give them fruit from this new tree, and that's why he's so strong. If that's the case, then that does make sense, but then it makes you wonder, why doesn't Few just eat the fruit himself, right? Why don't we all eat the fruit if it's so, if it gives you that much of a power boost? So as Goku and Vegeta are fighting against Bojack and Turles, and just by the way, the fight is... There's a shot of, like, a wide shot of, like, Goku fighting Turles and Vegeta fighting Bojack that looks so plastic and bad. I mean, it's like, it just looks so, like, oh my god, like, ugly. Like, it's just, like, really bad. Like, we're talking about, like, not quite DBZ or Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 level bad, but it's like, the animators were on vacation this day or something. It just looked really bad. But while that's going on, Few appears with Togi Togi, and he's, confronting Trunks, who's ready to fight. Then we cut to Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta, who, by the way, are wearing these freaking awesome trench coats, alright? That's one thing I do love about Heroes that you cannot deny, is that some of the designs for the characters is just totally fantastic. I really love Goku and Vegeta in these trench coats. Like, I want to buy these trench coats because they look so damn badass, especially on Goku and Vegeta. We need these trench coats to actually be in like the next movie. We saw them wearing their winter clothes in the Broly movie. I want to see these in the next like Dragon Ball Super film. And apparently, Zeno, Goku, and Zeno Vegeta are in hell. And they've been called there by this mysterious man in a lab coat with like some kind of eye enhancement technology. Who could this guy be? He was obviously in the Dragon Ball Heroes promo that came out a couple days ago for the video game. So he's definitely going to be a new character. It's going to be in Heroes playable in Japan whenever that DLC drops for their game. This man is known as Dr. W. That's his name. That's all we know about him so far. And he has a big like claw thing on his arm. And so that's essentially the cliffhanger for the episode. I don't even know what to say about this. There was, they could at least try to make sense of this hero stuff, and they really don't. But that's not really the purpose of it. At the same time, was I entertained? Not really. There wasn't much here that I really enjoyed. Like, I wasn't really fanboying out over these DBZ villains coming back because they had no meaning to it. It was basically like another plan to eradicate the Saiyan situation, which actually I thought treated the villains a lot better. It just wasn't interesting to me at all. And it just, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't really like it a lot. It was, it was whatever. It's only 9-10 minutes, but it just wasn't interesting. So what do you think? Do you disagree? That's cool. Let me know in the comments, and we'll have some discussions on this, I'm sure, down below. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and take care of yourself, folks, and each other.